I'm back with another video. If you're new and you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories and comments down below. Today we're talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 4, Episode 8. This is the recap. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the episode. I thought it was fire, lots of action and a lot of bodies dropped. We finally found out who took out Famous. Snaps and Pops set it all up and used law enforcement to take him down. The fan theories about their involvement were true, and now we can finally move on. Each week, the speculation was getting wilder, so it's good to have answers. A lot happened at the end of the episode. Crystal got picked up by law enforcement, and I'm telling you right now, Kanan is most likely going to think Rock had something to do with it. Unique is plotting and planning. In next week's episode, we'll see him have a conversation with Kanan. Like I've said for weeks, Unique has a master plan. He wants Kanan, Snaps and Pops, Stefano, Phil Russo, and even wanted Quan, but Quan was taken out in this episode. Unique is trying to build a dream team, and we'll see next week if the plan plays out. It's looking more and more like Lulu will have to step in to save his family. I'm glad the old Lulu came back in this episode, reminding everyone he's not someone to mess with. Let's begin the recap and focus on all the key points. If I miss anything, let me know in the comments. The episode, titled Street Struck, begins with Quan taking a major loss. I made a video a while back predicting this. Someone's safe was getting broken into, and I thought it might be BL. But no, it was Marvin robbing Quan. He drops off some of Quan's crew, gets the combination to the safe, steals the diamonds, and then takes off his mask to show Quan exactly who did it. Once he did that, I thought, okay, he's about to pull a Mortal Kombat and finish Liu Kang. And that's exactly what happened. He took out Quan. I was hoping Rock would be the one to take Quan out because of their past, but it was Marvin. This will hurt Unique, who had just made a deal with Quan. Now Rock's move will complicate Unique's plan to take over. It was a smart move. Phil Russo isn't making a move on her because there's no solid proof she did it, and he thinks it's Unique's issue. Lulu clapped Imani's cheeks again. This relationship seems serious. She likes him, and it seems she wants to take things further. But Lulu better think twice. Being in love in the Power universe is a bad idea. If he's back in the game, Imani's life is at risk, and he knows this is a weakness. Hopefully, he adjusts accordingly, especially after how the episode ended. Billa gets approached by his boys who want to hit another lick and finish the job on Gelfin. Billa hesitates, saying he's not sure. He thinks it's too risky since Gelfin moved the money. Kenyatta pressures him, saying if Billa doesn't help, he's done for. Billa now faces a tough choice, but he's leaning toward cutting ties with them. Rock was making smart moves this episode. She knows taking out Quan hurts Unique, and now she's watching him closely. Since she knows he's alive, she can observe his next moves. Jukebox and Kanan talk. Kanan tells her he thinks Rock took out Famous, but Jukebox disagrees. She says Rock loved Famous. Kanan brings up how Rock loved D-Wiz and still did what she did to him. Jukebox offers to talk to OC's family herself, believing she'll have better luck. Kanan says he'll talk to Snaps and Pops to try and get answers since they have law enforcement connections. OC reappears, looking for Unique. He's clearly shaken. Unique eventually shows up, and OC tells him he thinks Kanan knows he took the money. Akbar complains. He loses it. He tells OC, yeah, you do gotta go, and takes him out. Now we're smoking on that OC pack. It's a shame, but he made his choice when he betrayed Kanan and gave intel to Unique. Billa is scared. Kenyatta warned him, and now Billa confesses to Lulu. Lulu is disappointed and tells Billa he's an idiot for thinking just sitting in the car wouldn't make him guilty. If law enforcement pulls up, he's going down too. Now Lulu has to clean up Billa's mess. Rock and Marvin meet with Arfies, who tells them a shipment is arriving in a week. Rock's happy. Things seem to be going well. Unique is slipping. Kwon is gone, and they can't prove Rock did it. Marvin still has issues with Stefano and the early Tyler situation, though. Detective Garcia questions Unique, bringing up Detective Howard and calling Unique the prime suspect. Ronnie says Unique's the main guy in multiple murders. But if that's true, why not arrest him already? Garcia just looks like a clown. Unique laughs him off. Garcia's guesses are completely wrong. He thinks Unique, Ronnie, and Howard were working together and betrayed each other. That department is a mess, corrupt cops and clueless detectives. Kanan meets with Snaps and Pops, asking about their law enforcement ties. He saw them talking to cops earlier in the season. Pops acts surprised, but Kanan knows what's up. Then they try to fish for info on who took out Kwon. Kanan didn't even know Kwon was gone. Despite everything, Kanan doesn't tell them he suspects his mum. When they ask, he just says he doesn't know. They say they'll ask their law enforcement contacts, but clearly they were hoping he'd say Rock did it so they could pin it on her. After Kanan leaves, they talk about needing to fix the mess and keep things from tracing back to them. Their next target is Kanan. How can they mess things up even more? They decide to grab Crystal and see what she might say or twist her story. Marvin talks to Early Tyler about a guy who wasn't paying. Early Tyler says he and his cousin Lundell took care of it. This is the guy Stefano didn't know was dead. Marvin tells him this guy was connected to the Italians. That's a big mistake. Early Tyler says Marvin told him to handle it, so if he goes down, Marvin goes too. Marvin warns him about Lundell running his mouth. Early Tyler says he won't talk, but we know better. He's been locked up before for talking, and Rock wants him gone for a reason. He talks too much. Jukebox goes to OC's house to get more info from his mum, but she's not there. His brother is. He thinks he's about to make a move on her, but Jukebox pulls a gun and lets him know she's not the one to mess with. I thought she was about to shoot him. He's lucky. All he reveals is that OC has been missing for a week. Then there's David, the strung-out junkie who's getting on my nerves. He doesn't take anything seriously. Rock is checking in to make sure he's ready for the incoming shipment. They're short on workers, and she's concerned. But David, he's a liability. He's got to go. Talk to him about Beerilla. Let him know the whole robbery thing was stupid or whatever, and just leave him alone. Just leave Beer alone. It ain't that serious. But Kenyatta isn't gone, and his boy pops up. They're pretty much threatening Lulu, letting him know they'll drop him off, straight disrespecting him. I mean, I guess they don't know Lulu is still about that life. Just because he ain't pulling out his strap and yelling doesn't mean he's not about it. He hasn't been in the game like that for real, but that don't mean he won't go there. They told that boy to go sing a song. They were really being disrespectful to Lulu. And once Lulu gives you that look, you already know what time it is. He's going to get his payback. It's just a matter of time before the old Lulu returns. Now we get to Marvin. He's having a conversation with Rock about the whole Stefano, Early Tyler, and Lendell situation. Just when you think Rock is winning, Marvin screws things up again. She realizes Lendell talks too much, and it's only a matter of time before he spills the truth. She wants Marvin to handle it. Like, come on, you're really out here making the same mistakes you made in Season 2. If Stefano finds out what really happened, it's going to be hell to pay. So now Marvin's got to fix his mess. Next up, Unique is talking with Snaps and Pops. He wants to make a deal. He knows they don't really mess with Rock anyway. They're just doing business with Kanan. Unique figures he can do business with them too, especially since he's cool with Phil Russo. He's thinking they can all work together. They say they'll think about it, but we already know what time it is. This is what I've been saying all season. Unique is making a big move with Stefano, Phil Russo, Snaps and Pops. Pretty much all of Rock's enemies, and he's trying to bring Kanan along with him. I can't wait to see how it all plays out in the next episode. Now we get to Jukebox and Rock. They're talking about Grandma. Jukebox asks Rock how she passed. Rock brushes it off, saying Grandma was old, sick and tired. She just gave up. But Rock better keep that secret to herself and take it to the grave. Rock then asks Jukebox if she knows anything about Famous and what Kanan's thinking. Jukebox stays loyal. She ain't giving up any secrets. She tells Rock she doesn't know anything. Again, Jukebox shows her loyalty. Rock tells Serve to keep an eye on Kanan. Then we get to Marvin and Stefano. Stefano loves throwing dirt on Rock, trying to be slick about it, but Marvin always defends his sister. Marvin tells him a shipment is coming soon and business is about to boom. Stefano asks Marvin about his friend who got dropped off. He wants to know if Marvin knows who did it. Marvin plays it off like, "Man, I don't know who did that. That's white people problems." Stefano says when he finds out, someone's getting concrete slippers. Marvin jokes, "Man, I hope they don't come in my size." Stefano replies, "It's one size fits all." He's clearly testing Marvin to see if he'll slip up. It ain't looking good. Marvin's going to have to fix it, but it might be too late. Now we get to Kanan and Crystal. Kanan's concerned. OC is still missing, Famous is gone, and Unique is back in the streets. He doesn't feel like it's safe for Crystal and wants her to leave town. But Crystal isn't trying to go. She wants to be there for Kanan. She also says she doesn't believe Rock had anything to do with Famous. At the club, when everyone was remembering Famous, Rock looked genuinely upset. But Kanan ain't buying it. He believes his mum did it no matter what. Still, his top concern is getting Crystal out of there. Now we get to early Tyler, Lendell and the boys. They're playing cards, drinking and smoking, having a good time. But Lendell talks too much. If Stefano's starting to piece things together, it means Lendell's already been running his mouth. He goes outside and Marvin catches him slipping. We finally see who's been talking. It's Lendell. Marvin tells him loose lips kill tricks and drops him off. It was real easy. Shout out to Sean Breed, the actor. He did a great job keeping the mystery alive. But all the clues were there. So I guess we're officially smoking on that Lendell pack now. The shipment from High finally comes in and Rock is feeling good. She thinks she's about to take over again, back at the top. Then we get to Kanan and Jukebox. They find out about OC. He was found in the trash. Kanan's clearly upset. Another friend gone. He just wants to know what happened and where OC's money was. Eventually, he'll find out, but probably after Unique makes his move. Kanan goes to OC's spot to pay his respects. His mum is crying, asking who would do this to her son. Kanan learns they found OC in the trash truck, but no one knows who did it. He's tired of seeing his friends' mums cry. Then we get to Billa and Lulu. Billa tells Lulu he's gone soft, that he wants the old Lulu back. He heard how Lulu used to put in work and says Kenyatta wouldn't have dared try this if it was back in the day. Lulu says he ain't soft, never was. He knows it's just a matter of time before Kenyatta makes a move, but he'll be ready. Crystal has a talk with Rock before she leaves town. She tells Rock to look out for Kanan. He needs somebody. Rock says there's only so much a mother can do. Crystal replies that her mum used to say the same thing, just an excuse to avoid taking responsibility. That hits Rock. She knows she needs to step up and save her son. If they didn't have badges, they would have caught a beatdown. I just hope Crystal's going to be okay, but based on that episode 9 trailer, it's not looking good. Now, at the end of the episode, Kenyatta is plotting with his boy. They think they caught Lulu and Billa slipping, but nope, the old Lulu is here. He pulls up, they're shook, and he lets it go. He shows them he's no joke. The look on his face said it all. He's ready to catch another body. Just like an addict, Lulu's addicted to the game. He had problems with alcohol, but he also had problems with being in the game. It's part of who he is. And now he's embracing it again. Rock needs him now more than ever, especially with Unique plotting and Marvin making mistakes. The only question is, will Lulu's return be enough? As for Lulu and Imani, that probably needs to end. Imani's life is in danger, especially now that Lulu is back in the game. Let me know what you all thought about the episode. It was fire. Action-packed, drama-filled, and finally gave answers about Famous. Now we can focus on what's next. this major war, and Kanan linking up with Unique. I'll be dropping the What to Expect for Episode 9 this weekend. Stay tuned. Thanks for all the love and support, and I'll catch you on the next one.